This is Mac OS Ken.
Analysts look at iPhone in China, a slew of updates from Apple, and early surprises for Fitness Plus. It's Tuesday, the 15th of December, 2020. I'm Ken Ray, and this is news from Mac OS Ken, brought to you by yours truly and sponsored by Headspace. Meditation made simple. Get a free 1-month trial at headspace.com/macosken. This show is also sponsored by MacPaw, makers of Clean My Mac X. Your Mac as good as new. Clean My Mac X is all-in-one cleaning and optimizing software for your Mac. Clean My Mac X declutters your Mac and runs maintenance scripts to keep your Mac's performance at its peak. I ran SmartScan yesterday. There were 15.1 megabytes in my trash bin, which SmartScan left in the bin because I like to manage my trash can myself. SmartScan is smart enough to see it, but leave it alone if I tell it to. It also found 1.9 gigabytes of system junk, as it refers to it. I guess I could figure out how to get rid of that myself, but why? Clean My Mac X takes care of it in moments. Plus, it flushes DNS cache, frees up RAM, and runs maintenance scripts to keep my Mac running like a well-oiled machine. Without the oil, because that would be bad for my Mac. Regular maintenance can be key to a clean machine. Now is a great time to start that with Clean My Mac X. Learn more about Clean My Mac X and download it for free at macpaw.app/macosken. That's MACPAW, macpaw.app/macosken. That's macpaw.app/macosken for Clean My Mac X. And a big thanks to MacPaw for sponsoring today's show. Analytical eyes were taking in iPhone and China on Monday. This after a few sets of numbers from a few parties there. The most bullish of the notes noted by Philip Elmer-DeWitt's Apple 3.0 came from Evercore analyst Amit Daryanani. According to what he's seeing, the iPhone line is pulling Apple out of its September quarter slump in China, which suffered from a lack of new iPhones. Not only have the waits for iPhone 12 Pro lengthened over the past month, there are newer phones than that to take into account. AdRock said he and his expect iPhone demand to remain stronger for longer, given that the release of the iPhone 12 mini and Pro Max should provide a second leg of demand. All of this is beating the rest of China's smartphone market. Quoting his note, the broader Chinese smartphone market remains challenged with shipments down 17%, but multinational, read Apple shipments were up 95%, significantly outperforming the broader market. The data set includes shipments broken down by domestic versus multinational companies. Now, when he suggests reading Apple and multinational as synonymous, that's because he figures iPhone accounts for more than 90% of China's multinational smartphone shipments. Daryanani has an outperform rating on Apple shares. His price target on the shares is $135. At the other end of Apple's sentiment spectrum is Goldman Sachs analyst Rod Hall. A piece from Apple Insider had Hall commenting on iPhone in China in a note to clients. I spent a good bit of Friday's Mac OS Ken Live talking about why I focus on analysts in general and why I pay attention to Hall and his like in particular. And let me tell you, I am now questioning that focus. Here's what Apple investors would probably see as good news. According to authorities in China, while smartphone shipments were down 15% last month versus the same month a year earlier, international brands, aka Apple, were up 99%. So where's the trouble? In Rod Hall's head. Adding September, October, and November of last year, Hall figures Apple shipped 14.5 million units. Adding those same 3 months this year, Hall figures Apple shipped 14.5 million units. Thus are the numbers flat, and so begin the bad tidings. Except for the part where September of this year had no new iPhones. With one of the 3 months in question spent pushing year-old phones, Apple still matched last year's performance. Not to be a nudge, but wouldn't a fairer comparison be September through November of 2019 versus October through December of 2020? But who has time to wait? Quoting his note, in our opinion, the overall market weakness that we continue to see in China may be beginning to translate into higher-end demand stagnation at Apple. We also note that lower-end market strength in China is important for absorption of refurbished second-hand iPhones, which could have a negative effect on device resale pricing and the trade-in value that new iPhone buyers experience. Hall has a sell rating on Apple shares and a price target of $75. Apple closed yesterday at $121.78. One more from Wall Street. In the middle of the sentiment spectrum sits UBS analyst David Vogt. Apple 3.0 ran part of a vote note Monday, which had the analyst seeing marked improvement for iPhone 12 in China versus iPhone 11. That said, he is worried that demand for Apple's latest is softening here in the States. Quoting his note, in China, availability remains tight with the iPhone 12 Pro at about 26 days, while the iPhone 12 Pro Max is at about 20 days. We estimate iPhones accounted for roughly 17% to 19% of total smartphone sales in China during the year-ago quarter. However, based on our analysis of availability data and checks in China, we believe strength in China could result in almost a 50% year-over-year increase in iPhone units sold in China in the December quarter. But US Pro Max and Pro availability suggest demand might have peaked. Now that news surprised me, so I did that thing I usually do, went to Apple's online store to check availability of the iPhones I'd want. If I wanted to get an unlocked Pacific Blue 128GB iPhone 12 Pro from Apple, I'd be waiting until the first or second week of January. However, I could have the same phone and an iPhone 12 Pro Max delivered to me tomorrow, or I could drop around the shop and pick one up, which is interesting. Monsieur Vogt has a neutral rating on Apple shares. His price target on the shares is $115. A follow-up to the trouble in India and iPhone production. I told you yesterday of rioting at a Wistron plant on the subcontinent. Workers there are reported to have smashed glass and burned signs protesting a lack of promised payment. Now a piece from Apple Insider says Apple has halted production at that plant while it investigates whether Wistron has violated guidelines over staff pay and working conditions. Highlighting a Reuters report, the piece had Apple saying that it has teams on the ground and that it has immediately launched a detailed investigation at Wistron's Narasapura facility. Apple is also cooperating with local police, according to the report. If you wish you had hit the buy button on a pair of AirPods Max last week, you may have one more option. Yesterday in the States was today in Australia and New Zealand. iMore ran a piece in that strange time between, saying that pre-ordered pairs were out for delivery in the countries and that some stores in Australia had units in stock. It's not that Apple stores in New Zealand didn't. It's just that there are no Apple stores in New Zealand. As for its bigger neighbor, iMore cited a piece from Mac Rumors that said, Apple stores in Australia have appeared to have a limited amount of AirPods Max stock available for in-store pickup. Based on a spot check, most locations in Australia appear to have less popular silver and space gray models available in-store. Perhaps, though, not less popular than nothing. Of course, just moseying down to an Apple store is not advisable in #these uncertain times. If you want to try your luck, iMore suggests checking today to see whether in-store pickup is available near you. More news in a moment, but first a word from Headspace. Meditation made simple. Have I started a meditation regimen yet? I have not. I have, however, cleared my head a few times with Headspace. And just for that, it's been great. It's strange. I think I like Headspace more than other meditation apps I've tried because of the whole program thing. Apps I've used in the past let you dip in and out wherever you like, and Headspace will let you do that too. But there are also full courses, from basics to creativity, to finding your focus, to daily meditations for a year's worth of mindfulness. Or you can hit the button marked SOS when that is exactly what you need. Other meditation apps left me adrift. Headspace isn't just guided exercises, it guides you through the process. Headspace is backed by 25 published studies on its benefits, 600,000 five-star reviews, and over 60 million downloads. You deserve to feel happier, and Headspace is meditation made simple. Go to headspace.com/macOScan. That's headspace.com/macOScan for a free 1-month trial with access to Headspace's full library of meditations for every situation. This is the best deal offered right now. Head to headspace.com/macOScan today. And thanks to Headspace for sponsoring today's show. Huge day for Apple Gear updates Monday. Cult of Mac ran a quick hit on the major releases. For iOS 14.3, the piece had Apple's release note saying iOS 14.3 includes support for Apple Fitness Plus and AirPods Max. This release also adds the ability to capture photos in Apple Pro RAW on iPhone 12 Pro, introduces privacy information on the App Store, and includes other features and bug fixes for your iPhone. Notes for iPadOS 14.3 were essentially identical, according to the report. Big Sur got its first big update in the form of macOS 11.1. Apple's release notes say the update includes support for AirPods Max, TV app enhancements, Apple News widgets, and privacy information on the App Store. The release also includes bug fixes for your Mac, but no one else's Mac, just yours. Don't tell the others. While largely focused on Apple Fitness Plus, watchOS 7.2 brought a bit more, including support for Braille displays and new low cardio fitness notifications. A piece from Engadget goes a bit deeper on that. According to that site, with watchOS 7.2 and iOS 14.3, users can now check to see if their cardio fitness is high, above average, below average, or low, as compared to people in the same age group and the same sex. This data is drawn from the Fitness Registry and Importance of Exercise National Database, or FRIEND. The app will also show them if their cardio fitness is improved or not over a period of time. Users can decide if they want the app to notify them if their cardio fitness has fallen into a low level, in which case it will also offer some guidance on improving their cardio fitness and talking to your doctor. As for tvOS 14.3, Cult of Mac simply says that it brings tweaks to the Apple TV set-top boxes. Not sure why the cult gives that one so little love. I mean, even if Apple's notes don't say so, we know that the update brings support for Fitness Plus. So, go out on that limb. I mean, that seriously sturdy limb. All of the updates are free. Each is available in the usual way. Now, some of Apple's older devices got an important update on Monday as well. Apple Insider says Apple released iOS 12.5 on Monday with one apparent purpose: fighting the spread of COVID-19. According to the report, the update brings the opt-in exposure notification system to older iPhone models. Additionally, it also provides security patches that patch known vulnerabilities and flaws in the previous update. The indication in the report is that yesterday's update will bring the Apple, Google contact tracing exposure notifying API to older model Apple devices like iPhone 5S, iPhone 6, iPhone 6 Plus, and the 6th generation iPod Touch. That update is also free, and it is also available in the usual way. One of the most famous taglines of the Apple age is, "It just works." So it's always notable when it doesn't just work. Stories of a few surprises tied to Monday's release of Apple Fitness Plus. One was a good surprise. The rest, probably annoying for those who experience them. We'll start with the good one. If you want to use Apple's new fitness offering but don't have an Apple Watch, a piece from my download blog says you can. While Apple has said that you have to have an Apple Watch to make the Fitness Plus thing happen, it looks like they're talking about the full Fitness Plus experience. In other words, you can watch videos and exercise along. Of course, you can't start those videos from your Apple Watch since you don't have one. Stats also won't show up on the screen from your Apple Watch again because you don't have one. According to iDownload blog, if you open the Fitness Plus app on your iPhone but don't have an Apple Watch, the phone will prompt you to work out without the Apple Watch. I tried that on both my iPhone and my iPad, with my Apple Watch off, of course, and I got the same prompt. Funny enough, I could not do the same thing on my Apple TV. The digital living room device wanted to know if it was me working out. When I said yes, it wanted me to confirm that on my Apple Watch. When I changed it and said I was somebody else hitting Fitness Plus, it wanted them to confirm the workout on their Apple Watch. And that may bring us to our first unpleasant surprise. Want to work out with the big screen but don't have an Apple TV? Apple has an answer for you, and that answer is tough. Actually, the answer is probably get an Apple TV. Another piece from my download blog says if you have a TV that supports AirPlay and you planned on using that to display Apple Fitness Plus on your big screen, there may be an issue. The piece says a Mac Rumors reader tried to use AirPlay to stream to their LG TV, which supports AirPlay from their iPhone, but it wouldn't work. iDownload blog tried as well and met with a similar result. Now, disappointing as not being able to get the service on the big screen may be, at least you'll have the relatively big iPad screen. Unless you don't. The piece from iMore says some people had trouble getting Fitness Plus onto their iPads on Monday. That site also cited a piece from Mac Rumors, quoting that, on the iPad, the fitness app isn't installed automatically and must be downloaded from the App Store. Unfortunately, when attempting to download the app, iPad users are running into an error message that says, "This app requires specific features not available on this device." One iMore staffer did experience that problem as well, on an iPad Pro no less. Conversely, the author of the iMore piece found that the fitness app was automatically installed on his 4th generation iPad Air when he updated to iOS 14.3. If you're having a similar issue, not being able to get the fitness app onto your iPad, iMore suggests simply restarting your iPad. One reader says that worked for them. The last unpleasant surprise takes us from not being able to get the app to not being able to get it for free. Another piece from iMore says the 3-month trial that people who bought an Apple Watch since September were supposed to get isn't showing up for some of those people. Some users are complaining that they only have the opportunity for a 1-month free trial, according to the piece. 1 month, it points out, is the standard free trial period that anybody can try. If you're having that problem, no word yet on an automatic fix, iMore suggests contacting Apple, which I'm sure will make Apple happy with iMore. And finally today, one more big update from Apple on Monday. CNET says Apple's privacy-focused nutrition labels have gone live in Apple's App Store. These are the labels that let people know what data an app requests before you hit the download button. The piece says the info is presented in 2 categories: data linked to you and data used to track you. You may not see the labels on every app yet. The piece I read on another site said that Apple will not remove apps that don't supply info for the labels. However, those developers will not be able to update their apps until they supply such information. Coming up in a few minutes, a jailbreaker from way back. Today in iOS, host Rob Walsh joins me to talk about the recently launched lawsuit by Cydia against Apple. Personally, I was surprised who ended up on which side of this debate. The show is called In a Few Minutes. Look for it and subscribe wherever you get podcasts. macOS Ken Live goes live again this afternoon, 3:30 Pacific, 6:30 Eastern. I got a great write-up of Fitness Plus from Eugene. I know we'll be hitting that. I'll also offer my own feedback, assuming I get off my backside and try it. That and other stuff on macOS Ken Live. Find it at youtube.com/KenRay or subscribe to the audio show macOS Ken Live wherever you get podcasts. macOS Ken, brought to you by me and sponsored by MacPaw, makers of Clean My Mac X. Learn more about Clean My Mac X and download it for free at macpaw.app/macOSKen. This show is also sponsored by Headspace, meditation made simple. Get a free 1-month trial at headspace.com/macOSKen. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media, online at backbeatmedia.com. You can reach me a couple of ways. Info at macosken.com or call 716-780-4080. Until next time, that is news from macOS Ken. I'm Ken Ray.
Ciao.